What surprised you about being Rugby Australia chairman? Because it's a role that's been held by many, and so as the CEO, it was a bit of a revolving door for some time. Many people have had so many great ideas, they haven't always stuck. And I know that one of Eddie's criticisms last year was the fact that RA and it doesn't have the ability, because it's the federated model doesn't have the ability to kind of act unilaterally at times. How have you found the role, and what are some of the challenges and what surprised you, both positively and negatively?
I'd say most of it's pretty challenging, Christy, from a stakeholder management to a financial. There's lots of moving pieces. I mean, it's not a surprise. I wouldn't say anything greatly has surprised me. One of the things I've said in the past again is sport. People like to look at sport like they do a business, and it's the same as my corporation. That I've been on a board or I've been a CEO of a corporation. It just is different. Sport's different. And yeah, there are some similarities and there are some things that you can apply directly, but there's a lot of, treating athletes like they're employees just doesn't work, in my view anyway. And they're different. They're wired differently. They're not wired to go a 9-to-5 job. They're wired to want to go and be the world's best at something. And that's not always the same in life outside. So I think there's, I think there are certain nuances and there are certain things that are similar, but it's, it is a challenging environment because there's so many moving pieces. You haven't got the money to do things. I use the analogy, there's 100 spinning plates and we've just got to focus on which of those spinning plates will actually get us a return from a fan perspective, from a player perspective, from a financial perspective, because we can't do everything. Unless you can get people behind you, then it doesn't matter. And so what we wanted to do was take a lot of time to, one, build the plan with all of the state bodies and the member unions, make sure that they supported it. So we've had 2 of those stakeholder summits. We've got another one coming up. And then hopefully they'll buy into where we're headed, as opposed to it being something that's handed directly down into the state bodies from ARU or Rugby Australia. They played a part in building it, so hopefully they own it, and we can have a shared vision of what the next 10, 15 years looks like.